Hi everybody, Sanbonani. Welcome to my channel. Listen, you guys, ngiyakowisha because of load shedding. Doesn't that go wisha? Yo, guys, yeah, no. I am immigrating. Okay, how are the neighbors like? Because I'm so done. you the frustration. Anyway, you guys, good morning. Good morning. Happy. Is it Thursday today? Happy Thursday today. I hope you're having a better morning than I'm having. It's cold all of a sudden. When yesterday we were like, yo, it's summer, say yes. And then today it's cold. And then we wake up, there's no electricity, but you don't even know if it's still load shedding because it's just long and you don't know when it's going to end. And nobody's saying anything because this is South Africa. Anyway, you guys, listen, no electricity formed against us shall prosper because we shall find a time to gossip. Let's do the countdown just so the people that had already come and left will come back so that we can gossip, okay? Good morning once again, you guys. And on this channel, Kulumama reality TV shows, I'm a celebrities, YouTubers. If it is your first time joining me today and you really like my content, do not forget to press the subscribe button. I don't know why I look dark. Today. Maybe it's because my background is a little bit black. It's full of black colors. Maybe I hope you guys can see me okay. So you guys listen, if you're joining me from YouTube and you have not subscribed, please subscribe, okay? I always feel like I'm screaming on my videos when I listen back, but when I try to speak, classy, then people are in the comment section saying, Tando, we can't hear you. But I'm always like, I just scream a shame on my videos. Anyway, you guys, good morning, Milano, Liso Entertainment, DIY with Mbali. Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Listen, let's get to the gossip, you guys. There are a few people that did ask me to do the review of the interview that was done by Promise on the channel. My husband this, my husband that, the proud side chick. Okay. Listen, you guys, I was watching that interview like, who the things that we have to watch nowadays and listen to because of social media, you guys. Listen, I'm going to just talk a little bit about it. I don't know. I'm still thinking about whether I'm going to do like a full review of how I felt about everything that this woman is saying. So, Promise yesterday posted a video where she's interviewing this woman that says that she has been a side chick to somebody for 23 years. Okay, listen, you guys, I'm all for people telling their stories. If it is your story, if something happened in your life, if you lived your life a certain way, and you feel like you need to share your story, you need to share your story. That is your story. But I have issues with certain things, you guys, because there must be a reason for sharing a story, you guys. That's why we have books, we have history, because I mean, obviously it's for information. People must be informed as to what happened with people that lived before us. Okay, so we need to also leave some information for the next generation. So whatever we went through, we must record it and leave it for the next generation. But you guys, some stories should be told so that people can get lessons from them, or so that the next generation can do things better, so that maybe we can learn how to do certain things. You can't just be telling a story for the sake of telling a story. So I did question you guys, what is the purpose of telling the story? I understand you've been a side chick for 23 years, but I don't understand the parts where you are saying that you are a proud side chick. Like, I don't understand the proud part of it. Okay, where is the pride? Where is the pride? And what is the pride for exactly? That is what I was not getting about the story. What is the purpose for telling this story exactly? The woman is very excited to be there. I couldn't figure out it's because she is so happy. Her life has been so joyful being a side chick that she's just a happy person that is smiling and laughing all the time. or also because of that cloud chasing thing. She knows she's on this channel now. People are going to be talking about her because she does have a TikTok account. She is a TikToker, I believe. So she was just too excited for somebody that was about to tell a story of how she is a proud side chick. It just didn't make sense, you guys. It did not make sense. And I don't know, you guys. I was like, okay, maybe she is a proud side chick. Let me listen to the story, but I didn't hear anything to be proud of, you guys. Listen, you guys. Anytime a woman says that I met an older man when I was 18 or 19, that woman was 16 when she met that man. Okay. Don't ask me where I get that from. I just know it. Okay. When you ask somebody, oh, this man was older than you. So how old was he? And she says the man was like in his 30s. And you're like, how old were you? And she's like, I must have been 18 or 19. Listen, there's no way that you don't know how old you were. The reason you were 18 or 19 is because you really were 16 when you met this man. Okay. So the real issue here is that when you were underage, you met a man that was older than you and groomed you and took advantage of you. I would have been willing to hear that story. You know, how this man groomed you, took advantage of you, and, ended up not even marrying you, marrying somebody else. Okay. This woman is sitting there saying, that man loves me very, very much. Are you in his heart? This man went and married someone else in front of you. And then after that, took another woman after you. Okay. Do you even, does it make sense for somebody to sit there and say, this man loved me? I know he loved me. Okay. And just sitting there talking about having a boy child, like having a boy child is better than, or like a more of an achievement than having a girl child. I was having a boy. So I'm like, woman, like, guys, there's so many things that were not making sense to me. And then she says the wife calls her Mam Kulu, but then she also calls the wife Mam Kulu. She is a Mam Kulu, but she's also a Mam Ngane, and then she's also a Mam everything, okay? And she's sitting there smiling, talking about how the wife is now on a wheelchair and the other wife is on crutches, and then the relationship with the other one has ended. And she's sitting there smiling, very happy about it, okay? She tells us that throughout their relationship, she did not want to marry this man. She is the one that decided not to marry this man. And I'm like, okay, we believe you. But then at 48 years old, she says that she would marry this man. Now, this man, remember, this man was like 30 when she was like 18, 19, but really she was 16. Okay. The man was 30 something. Okay. So how old is this man when this woman is 48? Okay. Do the counts. How old is this man? Now you want to marry this man, you just want to take care of him now, just 2 days before his grave, if we're being real about it, for all these years, you've been waiting for this man to marry you, and he made a decision not to. He saw many other women and he wanted to marry them, but he did not marry you. So for me, I was searching for the pride, you guys. Where is the pride in that? When she is saying, I am a proud side chick, what are you proud of exactly? I am not saying this is not your story. I'm not saying that these things that you're talking about, that I was feeling like some of them, I don't believe. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I'm just saying, you say you are a proud side chick. Where's the proud? What are you proud of exactly? I was looking for that, you guys, and I didn't see it. I didn't find it, and I feel like, honestly, that's not the up part of her story that she could have told, if she really was being honest, that other women could have benefited from. But I don't understand what women or young girls are benefiting from somebody just coming and saying, I've been a proud side chick for 23 years. I allowed a man to play me for 23 years. I still allow him to play me I will still allow him to play me for another 23 years, because she still says that she's still willing to marry the man at 48 years old. This man didn't marry you. He found you when you were like fresh, young girl at 16. I really believe that she was 16. So had she really told a story of how she met this man very, very young, how wrong that was of this man to take advantage of her and groom her. And because if you listen to that woman, you guys, the way that she talks is like you're really listening to an 18-year-old talk, because she's been in that place waiting for that man to marry her. She's grown in other ways. She has a career, she had a child and what, but emotionally, she's like at 18, waiting to get married. Okay, waiting for ilobola, all the processes when she was 18 so that she could marry this man. That woman. So honestly, you guys, I was like, what did we learn? Okay, what can anybody learn from that story? Honestly, you guys, I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Okay, so I'll think about it if I'm really going to talk about it in details. But so far, that's how I felt about it. In some places, some of the things that she was saying, I was wanting to say, you know what Sorisha said one time when they were sitting there by the table in Real Housewives of Durban, she was like, "Futek." You know, sometimes when she was saying something, I was like, "I'm Futek." You know, it's like that, guys. Listen, I'm not the president of the Association of Married Women, okay? So I'm willing to listen to other people's stories, but some stories are like, udlala ngathi wena. When you've been married, you're waiting to get married for years and years, and this man just married, you think to marry someone else, but you are still waiting. If we are being real, okay? But that's how I feel about it, you guys. You guys might feel different. That's how I feel about it. Anyway, you guys, I want to go through this story, Sika, aka something is happening with this case, you guys. Of course, I'm sure a lot of people are happy that the police are still doing some investigations when it comes to this, you guys. And because sometimes when it's quiet, you think that maybe they're not doing anything. But we're just going to go through this article talking about AKA, what's happening with that. And then we'll go through what's happening with Jub Jub and Amanda Pont. But you guys, I'm not going to read that article as a whole because of time. There is just a part of it that I want to talk about it that really is getting me thinking when it comes to Jub Jub versus Amanda situation. And then there is a Pastor Piri situation here that for me is very funny. You know, when you get into a relationship and people tell you, listen, this is not a good person to get into a relationship with. We know this person. They are not very good people. Okay. They've had some people. This is what is going to happen to you. This woman has another boyfriend, has another man. She's married to someone else. They tell you that while you get into a relationship and you're like, no, people are just jealous. I'll still, try this relationship. And then you try it. And the very exact thing that people have been telling you is going to happen happens. This is what is happening with the Pastor Piri. Pastor Piri is the pastor that is usually on I'm a bishop on channel 157. He is a regular pastor on that show. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what happened because I did see a story when Solomon the YouTuber from Solomon's Temple, the channel is called Solomon's Temple, did this whole video revealing this woman's life in terms of like dating life. She has dated this one, left this one, and dated this one. While dating this one, she dated this one, while dated this one. All pastors, okay? And then he went and said that no, they were just attacking his girlfriend, And now the very same thing that Solomon was talking about is happening to him. Should we be feeling sorry for him? Do we have time, guys, when we are dealing with load shedding, honestly, when we're dealing with load shedding, should we be feeling sorry for this pastor when he was told, okay, this woman is going to play you? And the woman played him, okay? Exactly what he was told happened. But anyway, before we do that, let's just start with this AKA story. So the Sunday World is reporting that KwaZulu-Natal police have identified the firearm used to take AKA's life. This is a story by Umbalendle Zuma written yesterday. It says KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwana says the police have identified the firearm used in the taking of AKA's life. Addressing a media briefing on Wednesday, he said AKA's passing happened in the public place. Therefore, many people were involved and many phone calls happened that night. AKA, alongside his friend Tibbs, was aimed several times outside the Wish restaurant in Florida Road in Durban early in Feb. I wonder what ended up happening with the restaurant. I remember that they had reported that it was closed after this incident. I wonder if they ever opened it back. Mkhwanazi said that there's a lot of footage that still needs to be analyzed and more than 25 cell phones that need to be checked. He also shared that a number of people of interest have been interviewed and some getaway vehicles that have been used on the night of AKA's passing have been identified. We have identified the F that was used. It has been positively identified to have asked and Kate Mr. Forbes, said Mkhwanazi. The SA Police Service has identified a few individuals that we, after discussing with the National Prosecuting Authority, will bring them in. He said AKA's investigation is one that the police do not want to rush. Nothing that the main objective is to establish the motive. Listen, you guys, I don't know if this is a good statement. If I'm a family member and I have lost a family member, if the investigating team is saying this is not something we want to rush, okay, I don't know if that's something that I really would necessarily want to hear, because I really would want to know what happened to my family member. So I don't want them to be relaxed on the job. I want to feel like this is something that is just as urgent for them to find out, just like I am, okay. But at the same time, I guess if you look at the other side of it, if they rush the job, then maybe they might not do a thorough job. If they are satisfied that we have a strong case, we will then be able to prosecute and make arrests. He said, until the necessary steps have been taken, the police will continue to investigate the AKA's case. There are still a couple of people of interest we have identified who were not even close to the crime scene on the day of the murder. I don't know if we need this information, you guys. Maybe they're revealing too much, because if I'm one of those people, I'm like, oh, so they are looking at me too. Okay, so sometimes it's like we need the information, but don't tell us everything, because when you tell us everything, you are also telling the people that might possibly be the suspects. We might want to get more information from them. Okay, guys, I think the good thing about this story is, of course, the fact that they are still investigating what happened to AKA. It's not something that they've thrown a towel to. It's good for the family to know. It's good for the fans to know that they are doing what they are supposed to do. There's been some progress, okay? But they must try and be careful and not reveal too much, okay? Because if the person is still out there who actually is the one that pulled the trigger, you know, they of course, they want to know how far the police are from getting them, okay? So that is what is happening with AKA, you guys. And then I want to move on to the Jub Jub and Amanda Dupont story. As we all know, you guys, there is a case going on right now because, of course, Amanda did report that did open a case of R against Jub Jub, but there's two other women that did the same, you guys. So he was charged of 3 Rs, okay? But on this article, they're only talking about Amanda, okay? So let me summarize it a little bit, because I want to talk about this one part of the article. So Amanda, now the new information that she's giving to the people is that, listen, this really happened to me, okay? It happened to me. In fact, a couple of times it happened when my sister and my sisters were there. So she has little sister that I guess she lived with at some point. And she says that this not only happened when they were not there, but sometimes they were there. Okay. Yes. Okay. So let's just see what is happening here, you guys. I do feel like, you guys, I try not to be hard on myself, because I used to feel guilty when things like this are being reported, and I question certain things when it comes to what women are saying. Okay. So I try not to be too hard on myself now, because, guys, if we're being real, we know now that not everybody tells the truth. A lot of the times people are telling the truth, but it's not all the time that people are telling the truth. So we shouldn't be too hard on ourselves when we have questions about certain things that are being said. I felt the same when I was not understanding why Lady Zamar said that the R took place before she got into a relationship with Ushav. I was like, why would you get into a relationship with your RPist after the R? It was not making sense to me. And I feel like, I mean, it's a reasonable question to ask. If you haven't gone through that experience, you might not understand why the person would do that, but it's still a question to ask. So you mean the R had happened and you made a decision to get into a relationship with this person after the R? You know, I'm not saying it did not happen, but I'm just saying, as the person listening to the story, I have that question. And I feel like this is the same place I'm at here when it comes to Amanda Dupont, because also with her, it looks like it was that kind of a situation, because after the whole thing happened, they moved in together. Okay. So let's read this part. Okay. in a statement which was shared by a cop. Okay, so there are cops there by the police station. You guys, we go and report cases. They take the screenshots they send to the journalists. Okay, I don't know. I know, but there's a policeman that sent the story to the journalists, I guess. The cop close to the case, DuPont alleged that Jub Jub first aired her at Auckland Park apartment in 2007 after she spurned his advances because she did not want to have sex before marriage. She said after the art, Jub Jub visited her and asked her to have sex with her, but when she refused, he asked her. She said after the alleged R, she bolted out of her apartment and blistered into her male friend's apartment and told him what happened. This is a story that has been consistent when Amanda Dupont is telling the story about the friend that she went and told this story to. They ended up praying together, okay? She said the friend asked her to pray with him because he did not know how to deal with the plight. Dupont said later on, when she was walking back to her apartment, Jub Jub, who was swimming in the complex pool, laughed at her. And he told her he was going. He said he told her he was going to get it. So it was a situation of ngikutshelile vele ukuthi ngizokuthola. So uyabona ke ngikutholile. He was laughing. Okay. I can sort of see Jub Jub doing something like that. Okay. And she said in the same year in 2007, her younger sister was sleeping on the floor of the apartment while the other one, who is 11 years old, was sharing the bed with her. So she had two of her sisters in the room. One is sleeping on the floor, one is on the bed with her. She said Jub Jub, who was in the apartment, jumped into bed and asked her in the presence of her sisters. Okay, what is not explained here, because it sounds like this was her apartment, what is not explained is how come after the first R, you guys, and now this person is not safe. Now what is he doing in your apartment? I would think that you're not going to allow him to be in your apartment. You're going to avoid having him in your apartment. Did he have the key to the apartment? How did he get to the apartment? Despite these incidents, DuPont said in 2008, remember this happened in 2007. So in 2008, she and Jub Jub moved in together into the house in Pasonia, south of Joburg, where they stayed for a while until he added again in the presence of his sister. She said later in the year, she fell pregnant with Jub Jub's child and they decided to terminate it. She said she could not cope any longer and wanted to take her own life by taking pills, okay? And then afterwards, Chuchu continued to add her until she attempted again to delete herself. She said later in the same year, she was sitting in the bed, fidgeting with the cell phone while holding a plate of food. She said Jub Jub just walked in and smacked the plate out of her hand and started punching her after accusing her of cheating, okay? He said he put his hand on her, emqaleni, wamklinya, okay, avoid ukusho izinto eziningi yabo traumatizing la ku-YouTube until engasakwazi ukuphefumula, and then she blacked out. Okay, after the incident, she kicked him and he fell against the cupboard and ran out of the house and reported him to the police in Mondio police station. Okay, so I think when it comes to this physical situation here, I think that they will probably have some records at the Monjo police station, because she said that she did go to Monjo police station. I think, you guys, when it comes to like GBV, like him getting physical with her, if we're excluding the R, honestly, you guys, I'm tempted to believe that, because even Kelly Kumalo has had told of similar experiences. Remember when they were going through Jub Jub's case, the criminal case, she did tell a story after the fact that a lot of the times the reason that she was wearing sunglasses is because a lot of the times she would have, black eye because of him. Okay, so we know that he has, from what has been told, been physical with women before. Okay. So yes, you guys, I guess when it comes to a situation here, you guys, it's more complicated than we think. And I think that maybe for some of us that have not gone through that experience, there's things that we never really going to understand, because standing from the outside, I would just feel like If someone has done that to you, don't allow them to your house. But I don't know, I've never been in that situation. I wasn't in that situation. I don't know, don't allow them to your house. And then why are you moving in with that person after it has happened? And not because it had happened once, it had happened a number of times. And in me asking these questions, you guys, I'm not saying that it did not happen. I am not saying it did not happen. I am saying that it will it is something that I have questions with. Everything that she's saying might be totally true. It's just that for me, there are certain things that I have questions about. But that is what the story is right now, as far as the two of them are concerned, you guys. Listen, there's nothing wrong with you saying that you believe, Amanda Dupont, there's nothing wrong with you saying that you believe Jub Jub, because if we are being honest, none of us were there. None of us were there. And also at the end of the day, you guys, what's going to happen in court is going to have nothing to do with what I believe or what the other person is going to believe, because they're going to look at the evidence in court. So we'll wait for that to take its course, okay? So let's talk about this. Umjolo wasesontweni, you guys, yazi ukuthi umjolo wasesontweni can be more interesting than anything, okay? So imagine like umjolo kapastor involving the police now. Okay, so Pastor Piri, ne? Pastor Piri is part of Ababishopi on Channel 157 Moja Love, okay? He has told a story, I think it's even here on YouTube, where he has told a story of his divorce. He was once married, happily married. He really is somebody that loves love, okay? He was married, but the marriage didn't work out. And when he got divorced, he felt like the biggest failure in life, okay? Almost esontweni and divorce, it's that thing, okay? But recently, it was reported that he had met someone and possibly they were going to get engaged and they were going to get married. Okay. So the other time I'm watching Solomon's Temple, and Solomon is talking about Pastor Piri's girlfriend. And apparently she's supposed to be a prophetess. I don't understand what happened to Manji. Every woman now in church that preaches now a prophetess. I don't even know how you qualify to be a prophetess, but she was being referred to as a prophetess. So now he was doing this whole thing of how people had sent him information of how this woman is going from province to province, dating pastors, breaking pastors' hearts, ababang, sometimes dating two of them, and then she'd be in this relationship, and then she'd be dating another one, and then another one would be paying lobola, and then she'd be marrying another one before she divorces the other one, and then she's dating sisters as doing. Yeah, well, that prophet said if she goes to heaven, heaven's door will be full of pastors' hearts, broken pastors' hearts there. But they won't even discuss her case. They'll be like, yeah, but hell. Go over there by Satan. Go over there by the devil. You've broken too many hearts. If the stories are true, you guys. But it was that kind of a situation. The whole story was reported on the Sunday World. Even Solomon's Temple, the channel, was quoted to have said this. She goes after Solomon to say, this guy has been after me, whatever, attacking me, whatever. It's something personally, what. So the pastor is in love and ignores the information. But I thought that he was really, really lucky because somebody had actually warned him. This is not a good woman to be with, especially being a pastor. But he did not listen, you guys. So now he's actually the one now that is saying, listen, people were right about this woman because she has done exactly what people were saying she is going to do to him. Okay, so this is what is happening. They said police intervene in a feud between a Pastor Piri and insecure lover. Okay, this is a story by Julia Madibojo and Boitumelo Hubotlo, written here yesterday. Televangelist Pastor Enoch Piri allegedly found out that his girlfriend Tuli Shemase is married to another. Had to call the police and complex security to rescue him at his waterfall apartment after Shengane gained access to his apartment and locked him out of she locked him out of his own apartment. Okay, this sister leadership. Okay. Shenxane allegedly put on a show in front of eyewitnesses when she refused to open and instead allegedly stuffed the keys inside her pants and dared the men to touch her. Yo, I'm a prophetess. She was not having it. She caused drama and threw the keys inside her pants and told the police to fetch it. Said the eyewitness. She knew they were not allowed to touch her. It is an offense. I was for no like co-offense. Then get the key. Speaking to Sunday World on Tuesday, the Amma Bishop presenter said he was broken and regrets missing the sign. It wasn't even the signs. It wasn't the signs. They said they told you. It wasn't like, watch out for the red flags. Sometimes the red flags, you think they're red. You think they are maybe pink, but they're red. Sometimes this was not like people are telling you, like giving you the information. Okay, people tried to warn him about Shenxane. I don't know if I'm fine. She hijacked my plans. I would never speak ill of any woman, but we are not fine, Piri said. She just locked me from outside my house. I called the police. They came. Complex security was also there. It was so embarrassing. Oh, Shembandla, umfundisi. Piri, who's a public speaker, TV presenter, and pastor at Restoration House Ministries in Soweto, started dating Shenxane after meeting her on his way to Ingoma Awards in 2022. He broke up with her. I feel like she's that type. She broke up with her after finding out that she was married to another man. However, he said Shenxane refused to be dumped and showed up at the place this week unannounced. She is a married woman. I have nothing to hide. I am a man of God. I liked her, but a lot of lies were there, Piri said. I have 2 daughters, so I can't speak ill of women. I won't go into details, but I saw an article written about her and I asked her and she denied everything. In July, the Sunday World reported that the televangelist caused heartbreak when he allegedly snatched Shenxane from the prominent Limpopo doctor known as Dr. Tabang. Hey, she wants to date everybody. Piri said that he quizzed Shenxane about the men who were allegedly in her life, but she denied any knowledge of such. My daughter came to me with this information. I'm so broken. I wanted to commit my life to her. People warned me about her being married as a pastor. As a pastor, that is a crime. She did not even think about that. She just denied everything. Piri added that Shenxane showed signs of insecurity when she accessed his phone without permission on Monday and posted pictures of herself. So she's like the crazy one. Okay? She's like the crazy one, the one to stay away from. Now I look like I'm crazy to everyone. I confronted her and she started cursing, saying that I'm entertaining other women. The relationship brought a glimmer of hope for the pastor who was fresh from a divorce from his wife of 19 years. Shenxane denied that the pair has broken up, insisting that she's still in a relationship. She's still in a relationship with Piri. She said her name has always been dragged through the mud with news that she's married, which she also denied. Listen, you guys, it's good to be in love, but when you are in love, listen to the people that are not in love, because your friends, the people in the church, there's always somebody that is not in love, because love can blind you, and so listen to the people that are not blinded by love when they say, listen, we love you, this is not a good one for you, we know. And then it's even worse when they give you the files and they're like, here is the file, okay, look at it, okay? And there's no smoke without fire, you guys. It just depends how big the fire. It might be a small anyana fire, but there is a fire somewhere if there's smoke. So yeah. Anyway, umjolo guys, unyisa everybody. Unyisa everybody, even the pastors. The men that are very close to God, okay? Anyway, you guys, let me just read the comments and then we can close this one, okay? Milano hey guys, I was late. I was late and I had to deal with load shedding this morning. I was supposed to wake up and record the live that I did not record. I did not do yesterday for my other channel because of load shedding. So I woke up too early this morning, and then just when I'm sitting down to do the thing, and then the electricity goes off. And then now when it comes back, I have to come to work. And then I come to and then I'm starting my computer. It was just too much, okay? As loyal like button pressers even before watching, just because you're going. Good, 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 good. I love that, you guys. Please like the stream. Please like the stream. I know this one is not monetized yet because, of course, I was rushing and I didn't monetize. I'm gonna monetize it when I'm done. Lisa, good morning, Tando, and everyone. Good morning, good morning. Off to class now. We'll definitely catch up and return. Good luck today, Milano. Good morning, DIY with Ambali, Lisa Entertainment. When Tando Pela Umam Tendo responded, ooh, I shame she's mentally challenged. I'll go and watch. Okay. I got correct, Luana. Mom Tembu is not. People must stop listening. Like this thing, I go to social media. Everyone now is a motivational speaker, but they're motivating people with nonsense. But I'll go check. Lindela, good morning. Yeah, good morning, Lindela. Was she responding to Dando? Was she responding to me? I don't think so. She was responding to TikTokers. Okay. I think it possibly a publicity stunt. Publicity for nonsense. She seemed happy that the wives got. She was happy that one. She was happy. She was happy because the wife is on a wheelchair. The other one is using crutches. Like, hey guys, you are not okay. You know, someone needs to tell you, go for therapy or something. You know, we have a lot of people that are functioning out here, but they need lots of therapy. That man groomed that lady. Yo, we are sure. Are we sure that's I'm what's with her brain? Like a very important part of her brain, what's you know? And she's also a wife, and she's also I don't understand. I'm the wife, I'm the side chick. He built me a home, but I'm not married, but I decided not to marry. I'm a mamkulu, I'm a mamngane, I'm a what? That story was not make sure. That story was not make sure. Okay. Even Promise had to go to the interview because the woman is there already. Okay. She was asking the question, but some questions, some answers, she was like, you know, you know, imagine time wasted. Ngabe uzitholele wakhe lazo by priority corner, not an option. You know, okay, guys, she must just be honest and not put it like it's like this glorious thing being a side chick. Just be honest about it. It was, yeah, I was a side chick. I wish I could have, done something different. I didn't. Like, be honest instead of just acting like, oh, it's so nice to be a side chick. I decided not to marry. You know, when a man is married to you, they spend time with the side, so they spend time with me. I wasn't convinced. Okay, I wasn't convinced at all. Good morning, Noni M podcast. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Constance Coast. Good morning. Guys, check out everybody's channel. Lisa Entertainment has a channel. Noni M podcast. Constance Kosi has a channel. Who else? DIY with Bali with Balies. I think she has a channel, and Milano. Okay, so guys, please check out everybody's channel. Jabu Sinyongo. Good morning. Good morning, Ojiwagi Ing Venting Channel. Please check out Ojiwagi Ing Venting Channel. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm right on time. Okay, I'm finishing on time. Listen, you guys, a load shedding is missing me very, very much. And also, there's been some changes in my life. So my schedule is a little bit different. I'm so frustrated with not being able to get content when I'm supposed to get content to you guys. But eventually, I think I need like maybe 3 weeks to adjust to my new, and then we'll be here. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegona. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda. Kakul.